This traffic, I swear. Dead stop, and I've been at a dead stop for 20 minutes up here in the mountains between Tennessee and Georgia, trying to make my way down to Florida. And this sucks. It's like dead stop. And if you look at the map, it looks like I am stuck in red stop traffic all the way through Chattanooga, which really sucks because that's a few miles down the road. So I'm going to be here for a while and I'm bored. So I wanted to talk to you. Hope that you guys are following us on Instagram as we make our journey all the way down to Key West. I am not going to be there today. Tonight, I'm trying to get to my uncle's house in Brunswick, Georgia, which I should have been probably 9:30 p.m. Now it's looking like at least 10:30 p.m., which really stinks because I'm stuck. And there's nothing I can do about it. But what's really cool on this trip, what I've been thinking about, I don't know if you can see back here, I've got my mattress all set up, but it just reminds me of how cool the future is. And like, you're going to be able to just lay back there while this car just takes you to your destination. Now, we're talking 5-10 years down the road, but I think that's pretty cool. So I'm dreaming of sleeping on that nice foam mattress back there right now, which I will be sleeping on tonight. But man, this traffic, it'd be nice to be back there taking a nap right now. I can tell you that much. So the plan was I was going to leave at like 5 a.m. this morning, and my wife gets up really early, but not quite 5 a.m. So we had an agreement that I would delay my start so that my alarm went off at the same time hers does. So I think that that was fair. So I left at like 6:15 this morning, and I should be past Chattanooga at this point, but I'm not. I still have 438 miles to go, almost 8 solid hours of driving ahead of me, with at least 3 charging stops along the way. So this just really stinks. My next stop is in Ackworth, Georgia, which is just north of Atlanta. I hope to see some of you there. That would be really cool. I still have, let's see if I can reach it. Look at this. Look at this box. A box full of gifts for you guys. So we talked about our path to 10,000 subscribers, and we hit 10,000 subscribers about a month. I think it was on Thanksgiving Day, actually, which is really cool. So what I thought would be really awesome is on this trip, I was going to load up a bunch of gifts and give them to you guys as a celebration of 10,000 subscribers, which I'm very excited to be handing these out. So if you do see me at a supercharger on this trip, make sure you say hi because I've got the goodies back here. BTG Santa has come prepared to hook you guys up with free stuff. So I basically just bought some stuff on Amazon, some cool accessories for your either Tesla Model 3 or Model Y. So I really hope to see some of you today and tomorrow and Sunday and Monday. And so I'm excited to hand some of those out. One of the things that has been really interesting on this trip, this is the coldest trip that I've taken. So this morning, I made it over 100 miles between home and my first stop. Actually, I think it was 150 plus miles, and the car never warmed up enough to have full regen braking. Isn't that crazy? It was like 24 degrees. It was super cold, and it brought up some thoughts of mine. So if you live close to a supercharger in the mornings, you can actually set that as your destination and then just turn the navigation volume all the way down, and it'll precondition the battery for you and it'll warm it up. Then you'll have all your regen braking back. So that's kind of a cool tip for you if that bothers you in the morning. But right now it's 45 degrees, which is much better. I'm hoping once we get down from this mountain that it'll be even warmer, and certainly tomorrow in Florida, even warmer. So basically the plan is, I think since I've been streaming with you for 5 minutes, I have moved 3/10 of a mile, which is fan freaking tastic. I am just west of Chattanooga right now. So I've moved 3/10 of a mile. I'm up in the mountain, and I don't know what the deal is, but I looked on my phone navigation, and it's just like solid red all the way through Chattanooga. So I'm just watching the minutes tick by on estimated arrival time, and it really stinks. There's nothing worse than that feeling of being on a 70-mile-an-hour highway doing zero for a long period of time. So, anyways, yeah, this is kind of a bummer. So I wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit, pass the time while the car is driving itself in stop and go traffic, which is pretty legit. There's nothing better than autopilot in situations like that. So, when I set up these trips, so I've shared some screenshots with you guys on Instagram and probably on YouTube as well, from a Better Route Planner, and there's an app for it. You can also do it just online, and it is the best tool you can use to plan out your trip because it has so much functionality in it. You can set what's your charge going to be when you leave. You can set how long you're going to be somewhere. Hey, is there a charger there? What's the charge rate, and how long are you going to charge there before you move on? It's a really cool tool that I always use before every trip. Now, once I get on the trip, I have a pretty good understanding of where I'm planning to stop, and I just manually do it on the screen here because your Tesla is going to want to make you stretch as far as you can between chargers, which is not the fastest way to do this. Now, if you're stuck in traffic, it doesn't matter what the fastest way to do this is because, yeah, that means you have BTG luck and you're stuck. Nothing you can do about it. Hey, I'm getting ready to pass the Georgia state line, and then shortly after that, I'll pass back into Tennessee, and then shortly after that, back into Georgia. So that's where I'm at. So those of you that know this route, you know exactly where I am. So the I will be in Ackworth, Georgia, so north of Atlanta, probably 5 o'clock at this point. That's what it's saying right now, 4:42. I still don't understand if the time has changed on my car yet. So if somebody could type in the comment what time it is Eastern right now, that would be helpful. My car says it's 2:43, and I'm trying to figure out if I'm on Central Time still or if I'm back on Eastern Time. That'll make this a really easy understanding what time. It's 3:43 Eastern. Okay, so I'm still an hour behind. So that 4:40 p.m. is actually 5:40 p.m., which is the dumbest thing. That I don't know why this car cannot figure this out. On our very first road trip, on our way back home, we got mixed up in that whole time thing, and we decided to stretch it and make it home. We thought, all right, we'll be home just before 2 a.m., which is terrible. And then the time clicked over when we hit the Louisville Charger, and it was like, 3 a.m., which is way worse than 2 a.m. I know that's only an hour, but this stupid car, I don't know why it cannot figure out like how to tell you what time you're going to arrive at local time. It's really annoying. So this thing, every time you pass through time zones, it's going to change that time by an hour, and it's not going to do it until you pass into that time zone. So I really dislike that a lot, but is what it is. I don't know why this is so hard for this car to figure that out. Every phone I've ever used can tell you what time you're going to arrive, and it'll be in local time. Anyways, enough about that. Tweet Elon about it. I know I've tweeted him a couple times. I tried to get him to bring enhanced autopilot back. If there's one thing I regret the most, it's when enhanced autopilot was available for like 15 days only. My wife said, let's just do it. And I really, really thought about it, and I chickened out, and I really regret not having gotten enhanced autopilot. So I was trying to tease him on Twitter to get him to give us enhanced autopilot just for the rest of this month. And it didn't work. Yeah. So it is what it is. Does it show direction of travel automatically? I don't know what you mean by that, direction of travel. Try to rephrase that question. I'll be happy to answer it for you. But yeah, I tweeted Elon twice this month to try to get him to give us one more shot at enhanced autopilot for $4,000, and that would have been pretty nice right about now. But this trip has been pretty awesome. For those of you that don't have kids, um, this is so much easier than with kids. And I hate to say that, but it is. It's this has been a breeze. So yeah, go back, going back into Tennessee trail would get better. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I'm about to hit Atlanta, and it doesn't matter what time of day you hit Atlanta, it always sucks. But it seems like between the hours of 2 p.m. and 7:30 p.m., just forget it. And I'm going to be in Atlanta right in the middle of it on a Friday night. I'm sure it's going to be just as bad as what I'm sitting in right now. The only difference will be there will be like 4 more lanes that way, so it'll be that much more traffic. Atlanta is just so hard to get through, which is too bad. Beautiful city though. So, anyways, it'll be pitch black dark by the time I get to Atlanta because the sun goes down so early these days. But I am excited to get there and through it. Which when you're driving, does little widget show the direction you are going? Oh, like northeast, southwest? Yeah, of course it does. And you can turn that on and off. So just so you know, you should do a video on Easter eggs picking up the Y tomorrow. There are still some Easter eggs. They're a lot easier to do than they used to be because you can just select them. But yeah, you should check those out. There's plenty of them. The joy of traffic is exactly what this is, and it stinks. Enjoying your new Model Y, you can't just tell me that you're enjoying your new Model Y. I need deets. I need to know color, I need to know what model you got, and I need to know what color interior you got. That's the stuff that I like to hear. So if you're going to tell me about your new Model Y, I want to hear details. Give me the juicy stuff. So how many of you guys have taken delivery this month, and how many of you guys got free supercharging? Has anybody, or is anybody about to pick up your car and get your free supercharging for a year? I'm curious to know. It sounded like in the comments on these videos, a lot of you are getting really close. White with black interior. Are you getting the Gemini wheels or induction? That's the same configuration that we have. So tomorrow at noon, that's pretty exciting. That means a year of free supercharging for you, Mr. Robert. That's pretty cool. Now, of course, there's not many places you can go right now, but standard wheels, yep, I think that's the right choice. Save the 2 grand and go buy some nice wheels aftermarket and have 2 pairs of wheels for just a little bit more than the 2 grand. White on white, lucky you. With tow hitch, 20-inch wheels, pretty awesome. Let's see here, black interior with Gemini. I think Gemini is the way to go. Alerted me to this left. Yeah, you're free supercharging, man. It's gonna be awesome. So here's what I would recommend. I know travel right now, like everybody needs to make their own smart decisions with everything that's going on. There are ways to travel safely right now. And my wife and my kids and I, we have traveled quite a bit during this pandemic as safely as possible. And we have not had issues, and we continue to do things just thinking of places where you can easily like keep your distance. Um, so when you get your car and your free supercharging, you should really think about somewhere you can go because let's face it, there's nothing going on like major at work that you have to be in the office, right? So there's more opportunity to get out there. So go use your free supercharging miles, explore the country, go somewhere cool, go camping. I'm camping in the car till Tuesday. So I think that, you only live once and it's hard to not get out there and live it to the most. So my wife and I have always wanted to go to Key West. That's where I'm headed on this trip, and I'm super excited to check it out. And of course, there's going to be the cliche picture of the car at the southernmost point, or as close as I can get. I don't know what the rules are anymore these days if you can drive your car up to it, but super excited to get that picture. I also picked up a pretty cool new tool for the channel. I got a drone for the channel, so I'm pretty excited about that. So I'm hoping to get some pretty cool footage with the drone while I'm down in Florida and hopefully be able to share that on the channel. Hopefully it comes out good and looks pretty good. So let's see here. The free supercharging, yeah. You want your Tesla Roadster? Yeah, that would be pretty legit. So the biker, how is AV working in this traffic? Have you seen me? Have you watched me? Look at this. No hands. This is the only way That's it. I'm not doing anything else. The car's steering itself away as you're sitting here, which really stinks. So that's how it works in traffic. It's pretty awesome. Blue with white interior. That is probably quietly becoming one of my favorite color combinations. I think the blue is a fantastic blue, and then coupled with white interior, you got to get black wheels, whether it's the inductions or aftermarket. I think that that is a sharp color combination. Congrats to you on your blue Tesla Model Y that you got back in September. So you've had plenty of time to really enjoy it. The tow hitch for free. How did you get a free tow hitch? That's interesting. Tell me more. I have not heard of free tow hitches, but now I'm curious. Free supercharging. Yeah, I mean, so seriously though, I put it in the video. If you drove exclusively on your free supercharging and you drove 12,000 miles on supercharging, you're talking about 800 bucks roughly, on average. So it can go up and down. If you're in California, it's probably gonna be a little bit more, but definitely states that's not a bummer. So anyhow, you can't actually get your free supercharging. That really sucks. Yeah, so I believe it's January 1st or January 2nd is when those free supercharger miles show up on your account. So just FYI, you can drive right up to the shouldermost point. Okay, cool. The southernmost point is awesome. I'm really hoping to get that totally cliche picture of Carmen at the southernmost point in the United States. I'm very excited about that. I went with a DJI Mavic Mini 2 is the drone that I got. I ended up going with the 2 because it has 4K, and then it had a couple other features that I wanted to make sure that I had. I would have liked a few more features, but the problem is you go to some of those larger drones and there's more regulations that you have to be compliant with. This one's 249 grams, so it meets exemption from FDA or FFA on or FDA, whatever it is, on most of those requirements. So that's why we went with that one. I'm pretty excited about it. Go big or go home. Full self-driving, like you said, you only live once. I don't. Hey, if if that is if full self-driving you want it, go big or go home. I agree. I personally am not going big or go home. I'm not spending 10 grand on full self-driving. Totally not worth it to me, just to me. But I don't think that that's the case for everybody. Go earlier in the morning so there is no line. Yeah, I will try to make that happen. Unfortunately, I'm actually going to be there in the afternoon because I think what the plan is on Saturday evening, far south as I can go, maybe stop like around Miami, and then Sunday morning I'm going to drive to Key West from there. And I totally just fried my phone. I didn't fry it. I just got locked out because it was overheating because I had it hooked up to a charger. So my bad. Let's see here. Let me get caught up. Hopefully you guys are still there, or some of you. Sorry about that. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna try to get there as early as I can, but realistically, it's gonna be in the afternoon. It'll be like lunchtime or something by the time I get down to Key West. Um, yeah. So, anyways, hopefully I'm here and I'm back. I may have missed. Do you have full self driving? I do not have full self driving, and I don't plan on getting full self driving. It's just not the $10,000 doesn't make sense for us. So for us, we're passing. I'm hoping enhanced autopilot is available again soon. We will be taking advantage of that. That'll be everything that we want. We don't need um, autonomous driving in the city. Everything on the highway, though, that would be real nice. So are you going to do a leg of the trip at 65 and see if you can get the rated range? Probably not. It's kind of cold, so I don't know how well I would do. And I've thought about doing a trip. 465 is a big interstate around Indianapolis, and the speed limit is 55 miles an hour. Now you'll probably get run over doing 55, but I've thought about seeing how far I could go at 55 miles an hour. Now, summer has passed, and I probably won't be doing that, but at some point, I'm going to see, hey, what does it actually take to get the rated range? because I think it's really just speculation. Do you have to go 45? Can you go 55? I don't know what the magic number is, because you got to consider there's also usable battery pack as well. So we'll find out soon. That I'm confident. Um, you're in the Tesla, go around everybody, hit the ditch. Yeah, I don't think so. This is a 50 plus $1,000 car. I will not be going to the ditch. I will be sitting here and complain about the traffic and then happily not do anything about it. So, but good tip, I guess. Um, Supercharging should be only used for road trips. It's hard on the battery. Yeah, for sure. I would not use supercharging, even with the free supercharging. I wouldn't use it as your strategy for daily charging. It is really bad on the battery. Now, if you're just doing it for road trips, you're not going to have significant hit to your longevity on your battery. There's nothing that's going to really take a significant impact. So anyways, I would only use it for there. So yeah, I'm sorry that you guys lost me. That was my fault. The phone overheated apparently. iPhone 12 Pro Max. So maybe the case I have on here isn't helping. Of how I get the free tow hitch. Yeah, you can absolutely message me on how you got the free tow hitch. I'm very curious on how you pulled that one off. I feel like I'm pretty good at pulling stuff off, but I've never heard of anything like that. So anyways, yeah, that's cool. You have the same drone. I'm still trying to figure out everything with it. I think it's pretty easy to use, honestly. I remember back in the day, the first like, it wasn't really a drone, but man, I crashed it like as soon as I got it out of the box. So I'm very happy with the autopilot features that these drones have nowadays. Makes it a lot easier when you're spending that kind of money. So yeah, I registered mine as soon as I powered it up, which is kind of weird. But the PPE video, awesome. I hope that means that you are taking a chance and you're going to get a kit and do it yourself and save literally more than $1,000 by doing it yourself. It's not going to be perfect, but does it have to be? What's the point of PPF? It's to protect the car, and I think it's good enough. You got to get real close to see that it's a DIY job, in my opinion. But maybe if you see me at the supercharger, you can challenge me on that and point out my hack job. But I'm very happy with it. You should see how covered the front bumper of this car is on that PPF, and it makes me happy because I'm watching that sacrificial layer protect the car, and Tesla is not known for having awesome paint. So I think without the discount that they were offering at the time, it's still 288 bucks or something like that. That is not at all a bad price, even at full price like that. So, anyways, why are you passing a full self-driving? You only live what? Because it's 10 grand. That's so much money. Um, 10 grand is a lot of money. I would, I guess it'd be cool, but I don't know. There's a lot that I have to think about of what I would do with $10,000. And quite honestly, for me, full self-driving would not be at the top of the list. But that's just me. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't do it or anybody else. But it is what it is. Everybody has their own position on these things. So, what, yeah. So, Soldier Tesla, right on, man. You too. I I am not active or in any situation where I'm doing any service anymore at this point. So, but that was a good time in my life. I was in field artillery, so king of battle. You know how that is. So, yeah, did it yourself. Fantastic. That's really awesome, Valerie, to hear. I really like coming across these DIY opportunities, and I like watching people get the confidence because I'm a pretty handy guy, but at the same time, a lot of things that you can do yourself, they're really not that hard. So it's fun to be able to put those videos together only because I feel like there's people that don't realize how easy it can be. So it's encouraging. I've seen a lot of messages and people reach out, and I really appreciate it. That the video gave you the confidence to give it a shot and do it yourself, because there's so many things like that where you can save a ton of money and do it yourself. And it's just about leveling your expectations on how well it is or isn't going to be. So Congratulations. I'm really glad to hear that you took the plunge after the video. It was a lot of work, but totally worth it for that kind of a savings. Uh, Devin, fantastic. You must have missed earlier when I said I can't hear that you're just getting a Tesla Model Y. I need to know the details, color, interior. I need to know what wheels you're getting. That's the juice that I need to hear so that I can get really excited about it with you. Model Y a day before full self-driving went up 10K, and I do not think full self-driving is worth the money yet. Yeah, I agree. So does that mean that you did get it? You did get full self-driving because you got it the day before it went up. So that means you spent 8 grand or whatever. That's cool. Probably save some money. What's really interesting is with every time that they increase the price of full self-driving, it makes you wonder at what point, if you bought it for $7,000 and it's selling for 10 grand right now, um, does that add $9,000 to the value of your car? I don't know. Um, but it's kind of cool to think about if they're able to continue to increase the price even more than it already is and still sell it. um, the lower you get in, that value is still going to be there, at least on the full self-driving portion of the cost. So Tesla is it's just so different. Everything about it is so different. And it's cool to watch the residual on these cars, even without full self-driving, just hold so strong because I think it's interesting. How many of you guys have been somewhere with your Tesla or around a Tesla and somebody said, "What is that?" Like it blows my mind that people still don't know anything about Teslas, but that's the reality. Like so many people still know nothing about these cars, and it's really cool once people do get educated on them and what they are and what they're able to do and all that stuff. So I think it's pretty cool. CarMax gives you $1,500. Yeah, what a ripoff. I did see a video recently. I can't remember who did it, but it was very recent. Kelly Blue Book adds it was something like that, $1,500 to the value of the car for having full self-driving. It's like, ouch. Now in reality, obviously you can probably get more than that, but it was pretty funny to see that was the deal. Iowa Tesla guy. So you did get it for 8 grand. That's cool, man. Save 2 grand. Every time they do those, that was a big jump from $8,000 to $10,000 versus the $1,000 increments they had been doing in the past. So if you wanted to get it, absolutely, that was the right time to get it. So good for you, man. CarMax. I love everything about CarMax. So we got this car on April 3rd or 7th. I can't remember off the top of my head. I think it was 7th. And right before we went to go get it, we had the trade-in offer from Tesla or whatever. And every one of you knows how the trade-in offers from Tesla look, not so good. So it was we went to CarMax just to like, all right, well, let's just see what we can sell it to CarMax for. This was the beginning of the pandemic. They offered us the most insulting number, and I'm not talking like, oh, I wanted more for my car. I'm talking half of what the car should have been. And even Tesla was almost double what CarMax offered at the time. And the guy was smirking and he was saying that, well, the pandemic, we don't know. And then sure enough, used car values like skyrocketed because all the manufacturers were shutting down and you couldn't get cars. So CarMax is an interesting place. I'm not a big fan of the CarMax thing, but um, it's cool that there's more competition coming in, and I think that's going to help, like with Carvana, and there's another one that kind of recently started up. All those things are going to help. Just like in the EV world, we really need the rest of these manufacturers to get on board and get serious. Like GM has got to get their stuff together. Like I really want to see. Right now, it looks like Ford has kind of figured out some things that they need to do. So I'm very hopeful. I just hope the rest of the domestic guys can figure it out and give it a real shot because we need more competition to make these cars better. The reason why Tesla has issues, any issues, like delivery issues on basic stuff, it's because what are you gonna do? Like, you're gonna not get a Tesla? Of course not, because it's the only viable. Like, if you're gonna do any travel, Tesla's the only viable option right now. and they just don't get it. I mean, GM is hoping to launch 250-mile range cars, their next gen cars, right? And it's like, and on top of that, there's no fast charging network that's as sufficient as what Tesla has built all on their own. So I mean, it continues to just take away the opportunity to really help build that competition and make better cars. Once Tesla has real competition, it's going to be really awesome to see what's coming. And I am telling you right now, that is why the new battery cells that are coming have been accelerated. And that's why we got so much detail about it, was because the big guys started talking a real game. And it's fun to watch the acceleration of the technology, even though that means my car is obsolete anytime now, right? It's awesome for everybody when this stuff happens. So I'm super excited to see what those new battery cells do. Are we going to get 400 miles range? I really think that we will get 400 miles range in the Tesla Model Y, and it's not going to be more expensive than the car is today. It may even be cheaper, and I think that that is really damn cool. And that's what the future looks like. So there's so much to look forward to. I just hope that some of the other manufacturers can get on board too, so we have more options. Full self driving you paid already, but I don't have access to it yet. That's the whole point. Like spending 10 grand and not even having access to like the feature, it's hard for me to conceptualize. It's not so hard for others, and that's totally cool for them too. So I'm not trying to judge anybody, but that's where my mind is at. Like paying 10 grand and not even having it, it just doesn't make sense to me. But is what it is. Um, Went to purchase Tesla with some of the upgrades coming in the next few years. So that's a really good question, Keith. So a lot of people ask, like, should I wait? Should I buy it now? What about these other features? So here's the thing: the Tesla cars are like an you got to start thinking of them like a smartphone. Like there's always going to be upgrades and enhancements coming. Always, always, always. They're always going to be working in a way that's somewhat going to sound like it's going to obsolete previous models. That's a good thing because technology is moving so quickly. The problem is if you just sit on the sidelines and say, well, that next up, I'll wait for that next one because that one sounds cool. As soon as you get that car, you're going to hear about the next thing that's coming. So the problem is you're going to sit on the sidelines forever and then never have got the car when you could have enjoyed it for a couple of years along the way. And that's my perspective on it. And I really think that there's never a bad time to get into the game, in my opinion. Nissan Leaf give electric cars a bad name because they only go 100-mile range. Everybody's scared of them. I think the new Nissan Leaf goes like 220 plus miles. But you know, the Nissan Leaf is way cheaper, and it's not set up to do what like this Model Y does. So I think it's well in line with what it's meant to be. But I think that you know they've got to now start thinking about how to change the game with the Nissan Leaf and bring it up to par with what's available now. Because when the Nissan Leaf really was the first real affordable electric car that actually could do anything. So I think it kind of, in all fairness, kind of set the tone for EVs to come. Concrete at my house today. We're talking about the Y. That's cool. Hopefully, you guys got to chat for a while about that. I love talking to people about the Model Y. John, you paid 7 grand. Now you're just bragging. That's not fair to everybody else. I'm just kidding. That's cool, man. Save 3 grand on that. Getting a I know the New Jersey rebate is freaking awesome. 5 grand. If you live in New Jersey and buy a Tesla, there's enough battery capacity that it qualifies for the full 5 grand or whatever it is. But it's 5 grand. That's such a cool incentive. I don't think we're gonna see that like across the board in the U.S. Um, I'll come back to that though, because I think a lot of people are worrying about coming tax incentives for Teslas. I just don't see it happening because the problem is Tesla's already far surpassed the max on the existing bill. Even if they enhance it, there are so many lobbyists in Washington and they represent big automotive. And do you think they want Tesla to have access to more EV credits? Absolutely not. And they will do everything they can to prevent that. You know how much money Tesla spends on lobbying? Not even a fraction. of what these big guys are. They can't play the game. So I don't see big tax incentives coming to Tesla anytime soon. A red Tesla Model Y with induction wheels. That's pretty awesome. My wife loves the red one, so that's pretty cool. And you get the free supercharging, which is pretty damn cool. You bought it 1 week ago. Love it. So, Soldier Tesla, when you bought it 1 week ago, you must have been right at the timing for the 1 year of free supercharging. Let me know in the comments if you did get that free supercharging. They paid you huge money for your Ram 1500. I guess I would ask you where regionally you're located, because trucks always do well, but if you're definitely like in the South, that's no surprise at all. That's pretty awesome though. 150,000 miles and they give you 11 grand. Pretty awesome. Trucks just always do well. Have you heard of any $500 rebate for the Tesla wall charger? I think there's one in California. There may be another state as well where they're offering rebates for that charging infrastructure to install in your house, which is pretty cool. I wish they did that here in Indiana, but there are zero rebates of any kind. As a matter of fact, they charge you to own an EV in the state of Indiana, much like most of the Midwest, unfortunately. Rivian and Lucid look good, but I have two Cybertrucks on order. Doomlers. That's pretty cool. I have a Cybertruck on order as well. It is the ugliest truck I've ever seen in my life, but on paper, it's the most amazing truck I've ever heard of in my life. So the Rivian looks amazing. Even the Lucid looks really awesome. The Lucid though is so much money, and I don't know how it's going. It's going to be a boutique car company, which is cool. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. But the Rivian looks amazing. It's kind of pricey, and you don't have access to a robust fast charging infrastructure, which is the only drawback. Otherwise, I would probably be on board with the Rivian because it looks amazing, both inside and out. But I mean, I am 100% convinced, unless you can replicate the charging infrastructure that Tesla has, it's really hard to justify other EVs for people like me who like to travel a lot. So race your current battery pack with the new battery pack in the future? Probably not. I doubt that very much. The glass roof is great for videos. This glass roof is very great for videos. If you watch any of our road trip videos, you know we have a suction cup right here with the iPad for the kids too, and it works really awesome. But we do love the roof. There's going to be some cool stuff. Evan X did sponsor a piece of this video I'm working on right now for this road trip. So I'll have all of this covered, which is awesome. If you're going to camp in your car, you need to have good privacy for safety. So I've got every single window that's going to be covered while I sleep. Although I was thinking in Florida, I might leave that open to have a nice sky to look at out in the islands. So Model Y during Q3. That's pretty awesome. I still kick myself. I wish I would have got EAP when they offered it in Q3. I I really wish Elon Musk would have read my tweets, but he didn't, and nor would he care. So 500 rebate for installing Wi-Fi enabled home charger in Iowa. That's pretty damn cool. I'm not as familiar with most of the Midwest states because it's just not prevalent for them to offer incentives. So that's cool to know. Thanks for sharing. Let's see here. Performance Y now has 1,300 miles and 1,200 of them were full self-driving. That's pretty awesome. That means you're doing some good traveling and seeing the country. That's what you should be doing. Currently 73 in Miami. That's what I'm talking about. It is 47 degrees right here. It was 24 degrees at home this morning. And as you can see, I'm not wearing my coat anymore. I took it off finally. So it's sad that I live in a place that once it hits around 50 degrees, I'm like, oh, this is starting to feel good. So I'm excited to feel 73 degrees, Mr. Miami. We're in Minnesota. We got a flat charge of 9 cents per kilowatt hour, 24/7. Yeah, where I'm at too, flat rate. Ours is more expensive than that though. It's I believe we pay 12 cents a kilowatt hour, 24/7. There's no like peak rates or anything like they have out in California. So Team Red, you guys are teaming up. That's cool. Florida, Florida, Florida. I can't wait to be there and have my toes in the sand. Which car company do you see challenging Tesla in the next few years? Right now, domestically, Ford is the only one who has a shot. I'm not saying I'm excited to see the Mach E. I think it looks like a good car. It'll just be interesting to see how it executes as far as like longevity and how well does the drivetrain work and battery hold up, all those things. So I think that Ford right now, um, it'll be interesting. Somebody, I think Volkswagen from a global footprint, I think Volkswagen is the closest. They have a number of models, and they appear to be some or the bigger one once it's here in the States, if it does come. So time to install the mud flaps yet? No, I have not. I do have them, and now that it is winter time, I think it's time to put those mud flaps on. Did you get the year free miles? Missed it by 2 days. That's their comment, Soldier Test. That is me, man. Like, if there's an incentive or like a deal, I always miss it every time by like a minute. So I feel for you because that's me too. That's cool, man. Watching from Sweden. Um, you're gonna swap your Volvo for a Model Y. That's pretty cool. We're big Volvo fans. Certainly before we got this car. If you've been following the channel, we talk about Volvo all the time. Can't help it. Love the looks. Love the execution. Great cars. But you will not be dissatisfied when you get your Model Y over there in Europe. So congratulations. Um, hey, cool. Thanks, John, for the super chat. And yes, I absolutely play around with fart mode with the kids, and they love it. So our youngest Jack, we usually make him fart all the time, and everybody gets a good kick and a laugh out of it. But when you got little kids and you're a dad, I mean, those are the kinds of things you do with your boys. So just finished supercharging in Fort Myers. I love Fort Myers. So awesome. Hope that you're there for a little bit and enjoying the weather down in Florida. I'm doing 44 miles an hour, just so you know, which is pretty cool. That means we're moving again. um, can be to enjoy camping in the back. I don't know if anybody in here is a 6 footer plus and you've laid down in the back. Comment down below for Robert to let him know how tall you are and that you did indeed fit. I am not the right person to tell you how tall you can be to fit back there. I come in at a staggering 5'6". So as long as my hair is done right, 5 foot, a solid 5'6". So I have no issues, of course. Stargazing is awesome in the Keys. I can't wait to find out for myself. And the 17 degrees in Colorado, that really sucks for you. I am tired of winter. The older I get, the more I hate it. So you can keep that Colorado as long as you like. If your PPF, the Pro Series, the regular, I noticed your link non-pro PPF. It should be for the pro PPF. I think that they ended that thing. We did not have like a deal, like what's it called, an influencer deal or anything. They just agreed to do it. They did provide the PPF kit to me for free, but that was it. And so there were no like, hey, we'll keep it active for this long. It was kind of like they would keep it active as long as they wanted to. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I've heard from a couple of people the links are no longer active or whatever. So nonetheless, it was a $40 discount that it ended up being. So it'll be great. It's missed a lot. When you go up in elevation in a traditional gas car, that pressure and the oxygen is causing your engine to perform worse. So electric cars, man, they're not hit by any of that. There's no impact on any of those things. So this is definitely the future. Electrify America only has one charger in my state. That is 100% the reality for so many people, and that's why I say the charging infrastructure is so important. I don't I my We had our heat up only having it for about 30 minutes, and I was looking for a fast charger somewhere, and I couldn't believe how hard it was to find a fast charging solution for this Taycan. So I don't even believe we have a Electrify America, the fast one, at all in the state, which is really annoying. That's the reality that most people face, and I think that that is what's going to ultimately be the roadblock for getting more people on board with the. So, yeah, Soldier Tesla, really appreciate the super chat. Thank you very much. Wait till you get the holiday update when you're down there. I am so excited for the holiday update. It's actually going to be coming, I believe, the 21st or the 22nd. And so I don't think I'll quite be home yet, but I promise you this, I'm going to connect to Starbucks free Wi-Fi every stop that I can until I see that update pop up, and I will come home late and wait for that thing to upload. I am so excited for version 11 of the software update. And here we come to another stop. Perfect timing. Congratulations to me. This continues to be my luck. More standstill traffic. So I am so excited for version 11 of the operating system in this car. It's going to come with a lot of new features, a lot of things that we don't really know. I truly believe, and I hope that I'm not wrong. This is pure speculation. If you have that new steering wheel, I I really think that that version 11 is going to kick out heated steering wheel for you guys. I could be wrong, and I wouldn't, put my whole checking account on it, but I really think that's going to be one of the big ones that comes through. So that's going to be really exciting. Also, I saw a leaked picture of the screen after V11, so it looks like some of the things are going to be moved around too, which is cool because it's where the things were moved. It gives you better visibility. Like right now, I've got you guys set up on my phone holder, and it covers some of the information. It's not a big deal or anything, but it's just kind of one of those nice things. So it looks like they did a nice job of coming up with good updates. So I hope that that update comes through and I can figure out how to get it while I'm traveling. I'm certainly going to try. So you're 6'2", your brother's 6'3", and he fits behind you when he's laying down on the back. So hopefully, Robert, if you're still here, 6'3" is confirmed. 6'4" is not confirmed yet. So we got to one up that by 6'4". Unless you are 6'2" or 3, then you're covered. So hopefully that helps. You just got your Model Y Jetta hub the last week. Oh my gosh, I've seen so many people talk about this hub and the delays, and I feel for both you guys, the consumer, and for the company that's making these. Like, what a terrible situation. It reminds me of the 3D Max Spiders, which we freaking love, but early on in the year, there were so many delays because of the pandemic, of course. But finally, we got them, and they're fantastic. And I am sure the wait is going to be worth it because they make a fantastic product. I've never done any business with them, but I'm sure it's going to be well worth the wait. So I'm glad they're finally shipping those things out. And the Samsung T5 hard drive. So a little secret for you, on Black Friday, I did the same thing. I finally bought the Samsung. I'm pretty excited about it. I only bought, I think it was the 250. It's way too much storage. But my thought, so I will be installing that hard drive very soon. I have the hub that I got from Taps, so I'll be installing that as well. So the thing that stinks is I had this really nice organizer here, and it fits the whole space. So now I had to get a smaller one so that I could accommodate the hub that I'll be placing. So then I can put my hard drive in there as well. So I'm pretty excited about getting that T5. It's a fantastic hard drive, solid state drive. Mine's only the 250. Way more than what I need in this car. But to be honest with you, this little USB drive has held up really well. And I got a lot of flack early on when I put it on, like, oh, you should put a hard solid state. It's like, it doesn't matter. It's, yes, it's going to rewrite, but you might have to replace it in a year or two. Some drives are just so inexpensive, and solid state drives are so expensive. So to each their own, but nonetheless, I am excited to be getting it, just like you. So I1 Tesla shows pictures of the steering wheel. So I heard this. I haven't watched the video yet. Um, the There is a possibility that the wiring required to turn on the heating element, it's integrated into the existing wiring. So I don't know. Again, it's speculation. So this is not the word of God by any means, but I really feel like that heated steering wheel is there. The software is already there. It's been there for quite some time. So I really hope that it's there. Like I said in today's video, if you did get a chance to watch it, I hope that I get to say congratulations to you guys, because I will be super jealous if you have a heated steering wheel. I've had a heated steering wheel in the last couple of cars, and if you're in the north or where it gets cold, that heated steering wheel is freaking clutch. And in a car like a Tesla, where using the heat drains battery and kills your range, anything that you can do to not turn that heater on, every little bit counts and it helps a lot. So the heated seats work fantastic in this car. Having a heated steering wheel would be one step further, and I really, really, really hope that it's in there. If not, it will be coming super soon. So we will see. Should you wait for the headlights? I don't know. I don't think that's worth waiting for. They will be coming and they will be fantastic. They're not like revolutionary headlights by any means. Most manufacturers have headlights just like this. Toyota's been putting it in most of their cars for years now. But they are nice headlights, and I was surprised that was something that wasn't in Teslas. But I think it just is part of that maturity of a company, of an automotive company, where Tesla kind of did things a little bit different. Now they're understanding the value of doing a, one option for everybody. So those headlights will be really nice to have. Traffic is starting to move, so I'm going to wrap this up. I apologize I didn't get to everybody's questions, but listen, I really appreciate it. I love all of you guys. Having 10,000 freaking subscribers, we're at like 11,000, almost 200, and I can't thank you guys enough. And that's what these presents are for. So if I see you and you see me at the supercharger, catch my attention. I am so happy to give you these gifts. It means a lot to me to have the opportunity to give back a little bit. 10 gifts for 10,000 subscribers is the idea. So Santa BTG is so grateful for all of you and everything that you guys have done to help make this channel what it is. So I know that's not anything big or super crazy, but it's just a little way to say thank you, more in person. So thank you guys as always for everything. Really appreciate it. If I see you in the next couple days, I can't wait. And if you need me, I'll be at the beach. You guys take care, be safe during the holidays, and we'll catch you next time.